That will certainly make the morning's newspaper.
Doesn't look like a very nice bloke, he probably deserves it.
Who cares? It's a great story.
That's just the nature of the game.
Yeah, Di Canio pushing the ref over was just high comedy, wasn't it? I mean, it wasn't a big... Di Canio didn't mean to append him. It was a little... I mean, the little stumble and fall.
It was such a man-made, staged fall. It was pretty sad to see the ref fall down like that.
It was only a soft push.
It was a soft push, wasn't it?
You cannot give a penalty for a dive after the following week after that happened.
No, but I think in the current game you'd probably get an 8-match ban, wouldn't you?
I remember Ian Wright taking the mickey out of the fact that when he scored a goal, Razor Ruddock pushed him and he fell over in the same way, and it was just laughable the way the referee went over.
I mean, the big bust-up with Real Madrid and Barcelona, where he goes on the pitch, he even kicks Cesc Fabregas on the floor when he goes down, and then walks around and pokes the other trainer in the eye. I mean, can you imagine Mourinho doing that with Ferguson? Poking Ferguson. He'd be better off poking him in the nose because his head would probably explode. Big red hooter he's got.
He was great for an interview and soundbite, and also for a bit of outrage now and again.
1998, Newcastle-Leicester, when Shearer kicked Lennon in the head. But of course, the next day, Geordies, very pro-Shearer, there was a massive outcry that the heinous crime that Neil Lennon had headbutted Shearer in the boot.
Yeah, I remember it well, and I don't think he faced any punishment for that. I mean, I must admit, Lennon's head did look like the football, so I can understand him making a mistake.
Hang on, what? Are you saying Suarez bit Ivanovic?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, just a bit of a...
I didn't saw anything on that.
Yeah, it's been in all the newspapers and websites.
There you go.
Bit him. Like, properly bit him. I'll show you, man. I just sort of went...
Oh, get off.
Newcastle are playing against Aston Villa. Lee Bowyer and Kieran Dyer are two of the more tempestuous characters in the Newcastle squad. They start having a little squabble on the pitch about passing to each other. Next thing you know, they're flailing arms, windmilling each other, and it took Aston Villa players to separate them.
You know, within a group of 20 players, you don't have to like every player that you work beside, and I think this was maybe probably a build-up of frustration that maybe happened in the training ground.
Who would you pick in that fight?
Dyer, because he's nicer.
Oh my gosh, you just don't do it. You can't get away with these sort of things unless you're Mario Balotelli, which bizarrely enough, you can get away with anything. He's just emotional, you kind of just understand it. You know, he went in for a bad tackle, Mancini got fed up with it and told him get off the pitch. And you know what, he just didn't want to.
It's the World Cup final, we're heading towards a penalty shootout. Zidane's already scored a penalty in normal time. The minutes are ticking away in extra time, and then out of nowhere, Zidane, the biggest name in football, turns around and strikes that big bald head of his straight into Materazzi's chest.
Most people just kick him in the balls, but Zidane, no, I'll let back you in the
As a player, you know that things go on the pitch and people always mouth each other, and there's occasions where people say things that really rile you up, and when you saw the act, you knew that something had been said to get him into that mode, and I don't think he was having the best of the games at the time.
Yeah, I mean, the Keane-Haaland leg break is just a nasty bit of nonsense. I mean, it's complete lunacy. I mean, I'm referring to an incident that Haaland had probably forgotten, but Keane had just been festering about it for ages.
For some reason, he had a grudge against Alfie, and he's admitted it in the book that he meant to do it. And for someone to say, to take out a fellow professional like that is just awful, awful.
Shocking. He meant it as well, didn't he? To do that, to just go out premeditated, bosh.
Yeah, brutal. All because Haaland had tripped him up. When he tripped him up, Keane suffered a ligament damage the previous season.
I thought he'd stolen his dog.
No.
98, World Cup, St Etienne. I was there, behind the goal, in with all the arges. The little back flick, off he goes. Terrible reaction. I'll never forgive him for that.
He made a little bit of contact and Simeone hits the ground like a sack of spuds.
I was just about to come on the pitch, and as he's kicked him and Simeone went down, I went, oh no, he's getting sent off here. And true to form, he got sent off. And unfortunately, instead of me going on, Paul Merson did, because like you needed someone that could drop into the midfield.
I knew immediately that he was going to get sent off, even though when you look back at it, you know, Simeone made the most of that situation.
There's been some amazing moments of madness, but 1995, Man United, Crystal Palace, Eric Cantona.
Gotta be the top one, innit? I mean,
Unbelievable.
that was a proper kung fu kick as well. Fair play to the lad, he lumped him proper.
Incredible.
Yeah.
You know, I was watching the game and I remember him getting sent off, and as he was walking off, getting abused for everything, and then just throwing himself into the crowd. And at first you're stunned, you think, what the hell's he doing? And then you look at it again, you go, well, it was good technique.
It's the follow-up punch that impresses me. I mean, it's like he throws himself in and he also manages to like catch him with the right cross. I mean, it's like, okay, I'll do 9 months for that.
Was I surprised? No, not really. And if he'd taken the abuse that was meant to be said, I don't think he was within his rights to have a pop like he did. But I can half understand why he did it.